Alright everybody, I'm back. We are in StarCraft 2 and I've actually been away for a long time, which you guys know, and if you saw that, Jim's been sort of talking to me as I've been doing this because I crashed. I was trying to change the graphics settings and record at the same time because it was going a little slow, so now I'm recording a half size, which is why the resolution isn't as good. But now, well, Jimaka's been listening in as well, and I managed to fail to say sync, or you go 3, 2, 1 sync and you click something at the same time, and that, oh my god. Jim, please don't talk during the video. I don't know. And you're on YouTube already. You'll have more subs than me. But anyway. Oh, I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, I managed to mess up my 3, 2, 1 sync about 5 times, and I cracked up laughing, so that's why Jim started talking. And Jim is now Protoss. Oh, and the thing I wanted to tell you, well, one of the things I wanted to tell you, was the reason why I haven't been making as many videos lately. And the reason is, I was doing a Flash project for school, like it was a course in Flash, and I was having trouble finishing it. So I spent 2 days in a row straight finishing this Flash project because I wasn't far enough ahead yet, and that left me really burnt out for a little while. So I just played video games, sat around, did random stuff, and yeah, I'll be putting that up on Newgrounds actually, so I'll say it again at the end of the video, but if you want to watch that, you will be able to find it on Newgrounds. So, yeah. And what we have here is a game. This is Jimaka versus Scott. And I know a Scott, but this isn't the same Scott I know. So, that's that. So, Jim's got his... Wait, doesn't HD usually always have the time down there? Wonder why I don't. Let me just check that out for me. Let's see. Gameplay. Build grid. Show game timer. That will be useful. Subtitles. I'm not playing single player. Disable Alt-Tab. I like Alt-Tab. Save all replays. No. Command hotkey text. Nah. Okay. So we're accepting that. Return to game. And we are 3 minutes in. And he has built his gateway. And he likes to build 2 gateways before he gets his cybernetics. I believe that's just out of habit that he's gotten into. So you can say whether or not you think that's good or not, but he's got his 1 gas and he's got his 2 gateways, and now that he's getting a cybernetics, oh my gosh, I am just gonna have to tell Roboid something. Okay, so Roboid I don't think knows that I have a YouTube channel. I probably should have told him to not say anything first. But, okay. Now over here, I just heard some marine fire. Okay. So, Jim, when he was scouting, must have dropped a proxy pylon in the back, but his opponent, Scott, realized and sent a marine back there. That's just standard stuff. Nowadays, I don't really try to put pylons in my opponent's base anymore. It's stopped working in my level, but at the point Jim's at right now, it probably should work some of the time. Like, as long as your opponent doesn't see your probe go back there. But it's pretty routine to check back there. And right now, Jim is researching his warp gate. Usually, I like to finish that, well, when I check my build order, I usually finish my warp gate at about 4 minutes. We're at about 6. So, Jim, you need to get that warp gate a little sooner. I know this is an earlier game. So, it appears he is going with a 2-gate robo kind of buildish thing. And he's getting a forge and getting a pylon. So chrono boosting warp gate. Gotta always remember to do that. And starting to build up a bit of an army. I would have liked to have seen 1 gateway into cybernetics, and by the time warp gate is done, I usually like to have 2 zealots and a sentry, and then when warp gate finishes, I'll turn one into a warp gate and warp in a stalker. And then if I'm against Terran or if I'm against Terran, I'll usually warp in 2 stalkers when my 2nd gateway finishes. Or if I'm against Zerg, I like to... No, it's... No, Zerg or Terran... No. Sorry, guys. Zerg and Protoss, I like to go to Zealots. And you want to get an observer with the robotics. As soon as it spawns, you want to start that observer. Oh no. I hit B. What does B do? I don't even know. B. I'm not even gonna press it. I'm not even gonna try and find out. And I should be looking at these because these are useful, and we'll see that Jimaka, having his 2 nexuses up already, is doing fairly well. And of course, if Scott had decided to send a bunch of troops down, he could have easily wiped that out before Jim had any troops of his own to deal with it. And I like the 2 sentries, but might have preferred 1 stalker. You need at least 1 sentry against Terran, though. And the Terran's getting mech. Some sort of biomech, if you can even call it that at this level of play. But, yeah. I'm basically sticking with casting games at my level and at Jim's level. So Jimaka, way ahead of the Terran. Off of 1 base, you should be getting at least 700 minerals per minute. Off of 2 base, it should pop up to about 1400. I like to have a lot of probes at my main before I get my nexus, so I can transfer some over right away. But he does have the right number of oh, he actually should have caught that earlier. You can see that he's got too many probes at his gas, so you always want to watch that you can only put 3 there. He's got his robotics bay, but he really needs to research extended thermal lance and get a Colossus, because he has too much minerals and resources right now. He needs to warp in some more units, and he needs to research thermal lance in here and get a Colossus coming out, because Colossus are great against Terran. Not only can they see up the ramp, they can also take out Marines in a ridiculously short time. They're very good against Marines, as pretty much anyone should know. I'm probably in the lower spectrum of players. Well, I'm in bronze, 2nd right now, so it's alright, but meh. And we got a sensor tower that'll show when Jim's troops start appearing. And good pylon placement there. He's got his obs, so he can fly that obs up to the edge of the map. He probably has enough vision right now. Let's just switch to his player cam view. Ooh. So this is basically what Jim's looking at right now. And okay, I'm not gonna watch that anymore. But we can see that, yeah, his obs can see onto the high ground. So right now, that's finished. He really should be spending some of these minerals and gas. Instead of getting another 2 gates, he should be warping in units up here already. I don't know if he actually planned that. He probably did, though. But he should really start warping these units onto the ledge. He's got good probe. He's got good saturation here on his nexus right here, but his saturation isn't as good down at the bottom. With all those minerals, he probably should have more. And really looking for him to warp in units here. Really should be doing it, because the the Terran base is really strong at the front. Not so good at the back. What else is there here? We have probes. We have all sorts of stuff going on. He's putting a pylon in the back of his base, and that's always a good thing to do, so that the other player can't just drop some production buildings back there. More likely to see that from a Terran or Protoss than you are from a Zerg, but it's always a good thing to do, because a Terran can fly a factory or a barracks down into the back of your base, and I don't even know why I'm still on only Jim's view. Yeah, the Terran doesn't have much guarding in there, so oh, he's being smart. He's being smart at about the same time I am. Yeah, he only has one barracks, and Terran, you should probably have 2 barracks by now. 2 or 3. He's got a really small amount of units. I'd love to play against this guy, personally. Yeah. Jim's massing up units, probably researching Blink? No? Yes? No? Oh, he's getting DTs now. He likes to get DTs, I believe. And he's still not making a lot of units. I would like to see more than just this. I would like to see... Okay, for the amount of gas and stuff you have up, you let me just check this for a sec. Yeah, you should definitely be warping a lot more in. And I don't even know why you have that warp prism here. You don't even need that warp prism. And hopefully he'll catch this, he'll see this. And his... Oh, what's he doing? What are you doing? Do you not have Blink? Okay, so you have Blink. But you probably could have just warped them up there anyway. Earlier. And Colossus walk up onto the edge. And what will the Terran player do? What will the Terran player do? He'll morph one tank back and try and kill this army with his one tank. I'm looking for him to bring his Marines out and bring them up to attack. But he's not doing that. And I'd also like... Oh, what's he doing? I'd definitely like Jim to go over there and kill that tank before it starts doing any more damage. The Colossus can definitely reach it with Thermal Lance, which they have. And I'd also like to see these warp gates being used and all of this minerals and gas being used to warp in some stalkers down here to bring around and kill this orbital command, or at least force it back up onto the cliff where these stalkers can kill it. He has some DTs back here, but he really should be bringing those around to attack these buildings. I don't know how recent this game is, but hopefully this device is still pertinent. DTs mixed in with the army are great, especially if there's no detection. There is detection, but meh. And he definitely should be bringing the stalkers around to take care of this orbital command, because now the orbital command can run around and roam free and do whatever the heck it wants. And although he probably has pretty much nil chance of winning this guy. And yeah, we got the stalkers chasing. But this game, just I guess it wasn't a command center, it was a nexus in my case. But this guy, I guess he was delaying homework or something. He built nexuses in every corner of the map. It was ridiculous. And at the pretty much end, my army was here. I had pylons covering the entire map. My army was here for like 10 minutes. And then I walked them over here and there was the nexus. And it was just, But anyway, we are back here, and the one thing that's left is this one missile turret. The game is pretty much over now. This army should really be heading over here. I hope Jimaka knows what's going on. I hope he's looking at the minimap and seeing this dot and going, there's a building there. I must kill it. And there we go. Will this SCV build something? Build something, SCV. You can do it. Oh, he left. Okay. But that was a pretty good game for at Jimaka's level, and there we go. The Flash movie that I made for school will be down in the description below. I don't really think it's that great, but maybe you can have a laugh at my attempt at voice acting, because I didn't really have anyone else to do it that I wanted to do it. And yeah, have a good day, guys. I'll hopefully make a video tomorrow and the day after as well if I have time. And I probably should, since I have like, what is it? It was like 11 days off because of exams, because we have exam day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that gets cut in half by a weekend. And then we have a exam review day and then a PD day after that, so that's 11 days in a row off, and I only have one exam, which is nice. Probably gonna do something with friends. 25, 25, 25. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good day.